first of all, welcome guys. Today is November 18th. Yesterday was National Unfriend Day. I forgot to post it to challenge people to unfriend me.
Cool.
So I wonder if any of us got unfriended by people. But anyway, a couple things I wanted to talk about today. Before we get into it, I want to hear from you guys, see what's happening. But a couple things that have been on my mind. Did you guys hear the wake-up call last week about finding your why?
I didn't get to listen to it yet.
Oh man, it was really good. So I'm going to give you some of the highlights today because it really got me thinking a lot about why people quit. And we've been doing this just long enough to see a lot of people quit. Mm-hmm. To see people not only cancel Shakeology, which is a bummer. We've seen people cancel their coaching contracts. We've seen people just quit the exercise programs without getting the results that they want. And so one of the things I want to talk to you guys about today is why people quit. And some of the things that we can do as coaches to help them push through quitting. And that's also something that we focus on at Buffini, is helping people push through quitting points. So some of that was covered brilliantly on the wake-up call last week. And some of it is just some stuff that I've recognized in helping real estate people build their business. I think we can apply here too. So I want to talk a little bit about that today with you guys. But before we get into that, how are you guys doing? What's happening? What's exciting that's going on in your worlds and your businesses?
I would say that my 21-day fix group is in its last week, so it's going pretty good. I think my T25 group is going well. I think some of them are I got some people that are kind of stopped it because things got busy. So I think they're really I think some of them maybe that stopped are going to start over in January, but most of them have stuck to it, so that's good. And I think the 21-day fix group is really enjoying it, and they might want to do it again in January. And I think right now, I think November, December, I feel like it's a very a slow month, so just trying to get people for the moms group. But a lot of people right now are, getting things for Christmas, so I think January will gear up again.
Yeah.
But I was thinking, I just designed an image. I was thinking of maybe doing a 5-day sneak peek into coaching to see if I could get anyone interested in that, and also interested in doing at the same time that they could make money instead of spend money on it. So
yeah,
that's what I'm thinking to do.
Cool. Well, people are following you, and so that's a great idea. One thing I encourage you guys to do is to just commit, at least to yourself, to have a new group every month. And I'll just tell you my own personal experience. When I started, I had good relationships, and I've spent years developing trust with people in those relationships. So when I posted that I was a Beachbody coach, I had interest right away in some of the things. And Lisa said, just start a group. And I did. I started a group, and it was awesome. I mean, that first group had a lot of people, right, babe? I don't even remember how many, but it had a lot of people. And it was a great start. And I got so into the group and building the group that the next month came and I didn't have a group. I was just working on that first group, and I was supporting that group, and it was really exciting. Well, what happened was, it was like a whole month went by and I didn't do a group. So then when I started another group, it was another big group. And what I was finding was that my business was going like this. It was swinging back and forth. And then it was like I would get tons of Success Club points one month, and then I wouldn't even qualify the month before. And it was doing a couple things to my business. One, I wasn't getting any leads or new customers from Beachbody on those months where I wasn't getting Success Club. And the other thing was I wasn't getting any, there was no benefit to having a month with 25 or 30 points. It was better to have 12 points every month. It was like a steady growth that was more manageable. I could be a better coach, and also I was getting the Success Club qualifications. We went to Summit, and they have this big event, which was the Sequins and Studs party, and everyone on our team was going, and they're like, aren't you guys coming? And I said, no, I didn't qualify for it. They're like, you didn't qualify for it? How's that possible? And I said, oh, well, the month of June, I only had 4 Success Club points. And that was because my business was swinging. So one thing I picked up from Melanie Mitro and her presentation at Summit was she starts a group every month. And sometimes it's like you don't think anyone's going to be in that group. But what I have found is that by making that commitment, hey, this is my group start on this day every month, I've I've had a group fill up every month. You know, some of them have 5 people, some of them have 20 people, but every month I'm able to launch the group. So preaching is done, but that's what I recommend. And I think it'll help, you know.
Yeah,
So,
I feel like last month was really good, and now I feel like this month is slower, like up and down like that. But I feel good.
well, last month for you was phenomenal. I mean, it was like a home run. So, I mean, you know, that was, don't lose sight of that. That was a really great month. Huge points.
Yeah, I'm challenged with, I mean, I was super excited about the moms group and all of the, you know, possibilities of the people that I reached out to, but not getting the response, you know, that I thought that I was going to get is discouraging. You know, I mean, like a cousin of mine that did T25 with us messaged me the other day saying that she has to spend the money in a different place. And I understand that. But just, you know, reaching out to these people that I know need the support and need just the activity in their lives, period, you know, and not, it's frustrating. It's frustrating for me to see people like want to be just there, like just the way that they are and continue the way that they are. And so it's frustrating for me because I'm so, you know, my lifestyle is so different than that.
Yeah.
Our lifestyle is so different than that. And, you know, I want to model that for my kids and to know that these moms have kids and they continue to just be, you know, just there and continue to do what they're doing. It's frustrating. So, I need to follow up again. But basically next week, Monday is probably like the last day to order to get their kits in before the 1st and with the holiday especially. And then also to prepare, because 21 Day Fix, I mean, as good as the workouts are, I mean, they probably are my favorite workouts out of all the programs that we've done. But the planning that goes behind the eating part, I mean, babe, like you're not home. And so I'm back to my old routine, you know, of, you know, cutting the crust off of Cruz's sandwich and like here and there little bites of things, you know. So that's still a challenge for me.
Pull the chicken breast out of the freezer today. I'll grill it tonight.
Okay.
No, I mean, I understand. I hear where you're coming from, and it is really frustrating. You know, I have a little bit of insight, obviously, into Lisa's contacts because she's my wife. And the thing that I will tell you, and I'll encourage, I know this specifically about yours, Lisa, but this may be the case for everyone else on the team who sees this recording, is that those people, those still aren't no's that you're getting. They're just not nows. And those are, you know, the fruit's not ripe yet. You know what I mean? They're just not ready, but you're doing the right things and you're planting seeds and you're generating interest. They see what we're doing. And, you know, we might not get them into this group, but they are interested, you know, and it's just a matter of being there for them, supporting them, you know, giving them the opportunity, you know, time and again, and eventually they'll take advantage of it and be able to make the change, which is a perfect segue, I think, into getting into a little bit about what was on the National Wake Up Call, which was about finding the why. Mm-hmm. And it's so interesting to me because being in the coaching business now 12 years, though only, you know, less than half a year with Beachbody, the why is the most important thing. And babe, you'll remember in my very first, I did the video on your will, you have no willpower, your willpower sucks. Mm-hmm. All you have is why power. But the truth is that even that's a meaningless statement if they don't know what their why is. You know, so what we have to do is we have to figure out what their why is. And I think it's amazing, the stat that they gave on the call was that in weight loss programs, only 10% of people stick it through. Mm-hmm. That means you can expect 90% of people to quit. So how do we increase the odds for people to succeed? And the best way, obviously, you know, our groups, our accountability, our support, our encouragement, that all helps. But the bottom line is people will go back to their regular patterns mm-hmm. unless their why is strong enough to overcome that programming. And so I was really convicted listening to the call because I know this stuff, but I'm not practicing it myself. And no wonder people have quit. Is I say, well, why do you want to do it? What do you want to achieve? And they say, oh, I want to lose 50 pounds, or I want to lose 6 inches off my waist. And I write that down and move on. That is a shallow why. Everybody has that shallow why. That's not deep enough to keep them from quitting.
Mm-hmm.
We got to get to the emotion. We got to find out what it is. And I'll tell you what, on the call, it gave some real specific, great practical tips. You say, they say they want to lose weight. You say, great. Why is it important to you? Why is it important to you to lose weight? And then they tell you why it's important to lose weight. Great. How will you feel when you do that? We need to get deeper into it. It's so funny because I used to, when I was coaching real estate people on building their business, I used to leverage their children all the time. And you might think it's manipulative, but they were hiring me to help them succeed. And people will do anything for their kids. I mean, you guys are moms. Wouldn't you do anything for your kids?
Mm-hmm.
You'd put your life in danger for your kids.
Right.
But would you put your life in danger for your workout?
No.
So there's a different level of why, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's really important. Not that we want people to put their life in danger for their workout, but you understand what I'm saying. There's deeper motivation. You got to find out what is the deep motivator, and dig in there. Is it that they had a family member that passed away recently from something that was preventable, from diabetes or heart disease or stroke? Is it that somebody had cancer that was close to them? Is it that they have children and they want to play with their children, but they can't? We got to keep asking questions to find out why, because the truth is that they may not even know why. And until they connect emotionally with why they want to do it, they're not going to stick to it. And the same is true for even closing the sale. I'm interested, to give me more information. Why are you interested? What are you hoping to achieve? Well, I need to lose some weight. Why do you want to lose some weight? Why is it important to you? How you feel when you do that? And then the other thing that he recommended was, when you get through to that, you do the whole sequence again. Okay, so you would feel, whatever, more emotionally supportive of your family. Why is it important for you to feel that way? What do you hope to achieve with that? And just keep going until you get deep enough that you found something that really resonates with them. And then, this is something that we always did in coaching here, was we would say, okay, great. So just so you know, when you hit quitting points, those are points where you want to quit or walk away from this process. I'm going to remind you of this conversation. I'm going to remind you of what's at stake. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
One of the questions that I added to the T25 commitment form was, what would you like us to do when you go AWOL from the group? And I got that from one of the conference calls, but we asked them to tell us, and they were like, text me, email me, call me, whatever it takes. So it's kind of like we've outed the fact that they're going to want to go AWOL, and that's normal, but we're going to also try to help them. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's really good. I saw one of the coaches, they have their participants take a piece of paper and write down their why and send them a picture, like kind of writing it out rather than just typing something like, oh, I want to lose 10 pounds. Like actually thinking about it and writing it, and then like you could send them that picture again when they feel like giving up or something.
Right. Which leads me to my next point, which is being a product of the product, right? So if we're going to talk to our people about what's their why, we need to know what our why is. Why the heck are you guys Beachbody coaches? And this is something that we need to do. Erica, I agree with you. We need to write this out. Those of you who have journaled need to journal this out. If you've never journaled, that just means writing it down on paper. Why am I a Beachbody coach? And then when you've answered that, you ask yourself, why is that important to me? And then you ask yourself, when I achieve that, how will it make me feel? Because we need to know our why too. We need to have that in front of us. That needs to be taped to our mirror in our bathroom when we're brushing our teeth. We need to look at that. How many of you have thought, maybe I shouldn't spend all this time doing the Beachbody thing? I mean, there are people right now that aren't on this call. They might be busy, or that might be what's going through their mind. And the bottom line is we got to connect to what that why is. So I'll just kind of go forward and tell you guys what my why is, you know, I started this because people were asking me about it, and I felt like there was a missed opportunity because I was referring people to a product and I wasn't getting anything from it. I thought I should be taking advantage of that opportunity. Then when I looked at the opportunity, I thought, man, if I could make $500 a month extra, that could make a big difference to our family, right? And what did I think of? At least I don't know if I shared this with you, but I specifically thought that could be a new house for us. Mm. So it went from, gee whiz, people want to do P90X, and I could get a referral fee, to I could bring my family into a new home. That's pretty awesome. And then when I really dug down deep, and then when I started getting into this, and Lisa was like, I forget how you described it. You said I just kind of went nuts on it. I didn't really understand why I was doing that, but as I really drilled into it, I realized that, to me, the thought that I could actually have the freedom from this business, that it could give me the financial freedom through helping people, which is what I'm wired to do and passionate about doing, the freedom to be with my family full time, and the security of not having to worry about being laid off or the ups and downs of the economy, which is huge. And Erica, I don't know if you know, but a few years ago I was laid off after 8 years of the same company. I was laid off and found myself in a position of trying to find a job when there weren't any. It was really scary. So for me, you know, when I look at it, it's all kinds of things. It's the hope for a new home. It's a hope for a future with my family. It's security from fear of the marketplace. It's having all of those things, and there's some deep emotions there. Does that make sense? And that drives me to open my laptop at 4:30 in the morning and do a couple of things or make a couple of messages. That drives me to do those things when I feel like doing nothing, when I'm exhausted from working all day at my job. So it's important to think about those things for yourselves and really drill down deep and ask yourselves those questions. Why do you want to be a Beachbody coach? You know, why is that important to you? Whatever your answer was. How will it make you feel when you achieve that? And then go through the sequence again. And once you really get down deep, you got to look at that every day. You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, my why is very similar. I really liked doing the T25, and I really felt like it was changing my life. So I wanted to help others, and I also wanted to make a little extra income to save up. So I mean, that's my why, but I also want to help others do that. So.
Yeah, and you're natural at it, you know. And I think Erica, you've got potential to do really great things with your business. I do recommend, you know, I encourage you to go deeper with your why. Dig down deep and see what's down there, so that you have some really good fire to fuel you forward. Because if your why ends there, you've already achieved it, right? You've already made some extra money and you're encouraging other people to succeed, so you're doing it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. Why power is where it's at. Willpower is not going to help people, so we have to really help people. Here's another thing that I have learned in doing this and helping people through. In some cases, people I've known for a decade or more. These are high achieving people, but they're not healthy people, right? Isn't it amazing? They can be high achieving in their career, but they're not healthy people. Is that people will fall back on their bad habits. The bad habits is the strongest thing in their world. Mm-hmm. Just habits in general. It just so happens that we have more bad habits than good habits. They will fall back on their bad habits in a heartbeat. They will go back to eating bad. They will go back to not working out. They will go back to their sedentary life in a heartbeat. They are dangling by a spider's thread towards growing towards health. And that's where we're helping them, right? So we have to understand that they will find any excuse. So we have to look at all of the quitting points. A couple places that I've noticed where people find a great reason to stop is they don't like the way their Shakeology tastes. So I have found it really helpful to make sure that I connect with people in the first few weeks of the challenge group and ask them if they're enjoying their Shakeology, and make sure that they know how to mix it. You know, and I made a little video on how to mix it. Lisa helped me do that. That was the first video we made. And I post that up in all my groups right about the time that people's boxes are delivering. Because I found people were following the instructions on the packet, which says 8 ounces of water, and they were saying it was too thick and grainy, and they didn't like it. So I don't know why it says that on here, but people do it, and then it's like cake batter. So, and I had 2 customers who canceled their Shakeology, but they still had a full bag, and I convinced them to start trying it again. I wasn't able to get them to reorder it. You see how hard it is once they've canceled it. So, so that's one thing. The other thing that I've noticed is about 5% of your orders will be completely screwed up by Beachbody.
Yeah.
So you want to follow up with people and make sure they're getting their boxes delivered. Some people will proactively put in the group, hey, I got it, or it's backed up or whatever. But remember, you have access in the online office to check their tracking and see when their package is coming, and you can tell them, oh, it's out for delivery tomorrow, and be, well, yay, or whatever. The other thing is you know, it's not easy to find customer service on the website. So make sure you have Beachbody customer service in your contacts on your phone, so you can fire it off as a shared contact to somebody, and say, hey, here's the number. Give them a call. They'll fix it for you, or they'll give you a refund. Get proactive on that right away when they're having problems, so that they don't get frustrated and just cancel everything, which is what a lot of people will just do. They'll just say, forget it, cancel it. So those are a couple things to do too. Let's find their why. Let's make sure they've got their Shakeology going. The other thing is giving people a gracious way to get back into the group, get back into exercising when they've fallen off the wagon, which most people will do around week 2. So, hey, you know, I haven't seen you post. How are the workouts coming? You know, in a private message. And they'll give you the reason, the really great reason why they haven't been able to work out. You know, somebody's sick, or they have a family member who's ill, or they stubbed their toe, or it's been crazy at work, or whatever the case may be. And that's when you go, great, no problem. Do you think you could get one in today? And just doing that even through Facebook message makes all the difference, especially if you can get in there early on when they start evaporating. Because then what I have found has happened about 50% of the time is they do a public Facebook post thanking me for reaching out to them. Saying, thanks, I didn't feel it. Eric encouraged me. I just did my workout. I feel so much better. And, you know, those public posts are solid gold for us. Because they tag us, and other people are now expanded into our circle of influence. So those are my things. And then the other huge tip, and by the way, these tips are for my own benefit. I'm saying them out loud. These are the things that I want to work on this week, is going back to all the people who are in the programs and asking them for referrals. You know, asking them who they know that would benefit from the system, and could they refer us? Could they let them know about us and share the contact info so that we can reach out and connect with them? So that's a huge piece of it. And I know, Lisa, I know you've got 2 or 3 people from our old T25 group who are going to do the moms group with you.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, those are a great group. They're coming back for a second challenge group. Those are the people we need to for sure get in the carpooling. You know.
Yeah.
So we can work on that together too, and connect with those guys. But those people are trained referrers, because they're all people that we know through Buffini. So we should be able to leverage them to help some more people. Capisci? Okay. What else is happening? Are there any things that you guys want to discuss that have been coming up?
I don't think so. That was my main thing, was you know, just the lack of enthusiasm, I guess, you know, that I wasn't really expecting.
Lisa, I feel like I expected more also, but I honestly think it's the time of year.
Yeah.
I think that right now people are busy and they're overwhelmed with holidays, either things that they have to do or money. And I honestly think it's the time of year, especially for moms. I just think it's very busy. Right now they're thinking about Thanksgiving, and then, you know, they're thinking about Christmas. And I honestly think it's the time of year. I feel like January is a better time of year for them to want to get into something, you know, after their kids go back from Christmas break. That's personally what I think I found. Like I had one mom that was going to do it, and she ended up getting T25 DVDs from someone that she knows, and then I have another that is like skeptical of the results, if it's worth the money, and I explained that to her, so I'm waiting for her to order it. Hopefully she does. But I think it's just the time of year. People aren't looking to start something now, even though it's only 21 days.
Yeah.
I think it's the timing. They're not looking to spend extra money right now and invest in their health right now. I don't know. That's what I think I found.
Well, I think that may be absolutely true with the people you talk to, but I think it's not a good idea to generally think that about everybody. This is
no. I'm just saying that's what I found. That I think that's what's happening. Why we haven't had as much enthusiasm right now.
Yeah. Well, obviously January should be a huge month because people are making their New Year's resolutions. However, keep in mind this is the time of year when almost 70% of all retail expenditure is made in this country. People are looking to buy things. Which is another thing I wanted to mention, is that people can buy Beachbody gift cards. So make sure you're posting your link to your customers that you've already had in the past, and saying, hey, you want to give the gift of health this year for Christmas, you can get a gift card for people, and then connect them with me, your coach, and I'll help them get into a program that makes sense. So that's another thing that people can do, is they can buy a $50 gift card for somebody they can put towards a program, which is an awesome gift idea. So, but I
thought they were discontinuing the gift cards.
I haven't heard that. Are they? That would be silly.
No, I thought back in September or something, I thought that I heard that they were discontinuing them.
Well, I know they didn't in September.
Maybe they brought them back.
Because people at the office bought gift cards for Megan for her birthday.
Oh, really? Okay.
So I think they're still there, which is good. But I'm going to definitely post that. Thank you for letting me remind myself. I've been thinking of doing that. I want to definitely post that.
Yeah, I was thinking of posting about gift cards, but then I thought I read they were discontinued. So if they're not, that's great.
Well, let's double check it first before you post it, babe.
Yeah, we'll find it. I'll find the FAQ.
I mean, I see a link now for them, but
yeah,
I don't know. Maybe you can't order them through a coach. I don't know.
See, I had a customer who bought T25 for people he cared about. He bought them T25.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And it was a waste because they weren't connected to me. I wasn't able to connect with them and get them in a group and support them. And I have no idea if they did anything with it. Whereas if he got him a gift card, I could have connected with them, helped them get the program that's best for them, connect them with a group, and support them through the process. So that's ultimately what we want, is for them to give them the gift, not only of the product, but of the coaching. So
I think then they buy gift cards just on the Beachbody website, and then when they go to use them, they go through our site. Is that how it would work?
No, you can send the gift card link through attached to your Beachbody site. If you go to beachbodycoach.com/whatever your thing is, Erica, whatever, your ID, you can find the link and you can send it from that page.
Okay.
So you go into your Team Beachbody Coach page, your cell page, and go into shop and find that page, and then just grab that link.
Okay.
So, okay, you guys, it's 1. I feel like I've been extra preachy today, so I apologize. Just wanted to share with you guys what's been on my heart, and encourage you guys a little bit, because I know it can be frustrating at times, but we got to keep track of who we're helping, and that we are making a huge difference in a lot of people's lives. So I super appreciate you guys. I'm so excited to have you guys all on the team. And I hope that we'll be able to continue building these businesses together and to really, really make a difference.
Thank you.
Cool. We'll see you guys soon.
Bye.